Yeah, what's up, everybody? Stoner Jesus from the Stoner Jesus Show on stonerjesus.net. Here with more weed news. There's a weed news page on stonerjesus.net that has all of these weed news videos on it. They're all in one place, so you can see them all, you can share them all more easily as a group or individually. The weed news page on stonerjesus.net, that's where you can find the podcast as well, stonerjesus.net. Doing these weed news videos now. As I said, today's weed news comes from latimes.com. It's entitled, "This California Desert Town is Experiencing a Marijuana Boom." It's by Paloma Esquivel. I know I butchered that name. Carlos Bravo, the owner of a tow company in Desert Hot Springs, California, was at work late last year when a real estate agent came in offering him $500,000 for 5 acres of undeveloped brush-pocket desert, 5 times what he paid for the land 6 months earlier. "I thought he was joking," Bravo said. The man came back the next day, making it clear he was not. A few days later, after he had signed the paperwork, Bravo said another man offered him $1 million. As the first city in Southern California to legalize large-scale medical marijuana cultivation, Desert Hot Springs has been inundated by marijuana growers and developers. They are buying up dusty desert land, some with no utilities or roads, in hopes of cashing in on California's marijuana growers, as California's marijuana growers come into the open under new state regulations. "It's pretty chaotic," said Coachella Valley real estate broker Mark Robinson. "I'm getting tons of calls from all over the world, all over the United States. My newest clients flew over from Germany," he said. Now the point is this. This highlights one of the main advantages of legalization is the economic activity. Because right now, you have black market marijuana dealers. You have the black market for cannabis. There's a whole industry of just billions and billions of dollars that exists right now. What we attempt to do with legalization is to take that industry and move it into the free market and make it a legal industry, and the taxes and regulations, which we'll get to in a minute. You move it into the legal industry, you create so many, you create the jobs and the economic activity and the aforementioned tax revenue and things of that nature. And it's an economy right now that is largely underground. None of the benefits of that are going into the regular economy. Well, I guess when drug dealers buy things, they put money back into the regular economy, but it's not adding to the growth of overall. The overall wealth of society. So, we try to move it into a legal market, and when it comes to, I'm not going to get big into the taxes and regulations. Suffice it to say, the taxes and the regulations have to be kept a minimum. The lower the taxes, the lower the regulations, the more the industry is going to be able to grow, the more it's going to be able to undercut the black market, which is another function of legalization, and another advantage of legalization, is the undercutting of the black market and the reduction of violence that would cause. But everything is there. Never before in history has really anything similar happened to where there was an entire industry, maybe with alcohol prohibition or something like that. There's an entire industry just waiting. There's already people out there. They're watching this video. They want to buy cannabis. They want to buy joints or eighths or cookies or brownies or something. They're ready. A lot of this shit they have to get from other people. From back alleys in some dude's basement, or waiting on some guy to drop by whenever the fuck he feels like it. They're ready to have a store open up and say, "Hey, we're selling weed." And they say, "Okay, here we come." Millions of people like that all over the country, just ready to buy illegal marijuana. They're ready to go. So we move the marijuana market into the legal market. We keep the taxes and the regulations low. Hopefully, we unleash the power of that industry and all the other ancillary industries that it helps, and we'll see how that goes. We tried prohibition, we tried the black market. It's not really working. Creates a lot of violence, creates a lot of problems, a lot of inefficiencies, problems down the board with the war on drugs and drug prohibition, especially when it comes to marijuana. None of this has worked. So we're going to try the legal thing now, and it's very patchwork. Hopefully it won't be that way forever. Hopefully the momentum will get to a point where a lot of these states have some sort of legalization. There's not the disparity from state to state that exists now, to where you could call with weed, smoke weed in California is much different than smoking weed in Kansas. Obviously, someday that won't be the case. There'll be discrepancies, there'll be differences, but they won't be as pronounced as they are now. Anyway, the solution to a lot of problems is the free market. And that's the solution to the quote-unquote marijuana problem. The only problem with marijuana is the fact that it's prohibited. Put it into a legal market. Let it flourish. Get the, if you're one of those people that loves the tax revenues or whatever, there you go. I'm not a big fan of taxes, but this is not the place to do that. That's a whole other video. Of course, as a practical matter, there's going to be taxes, there's going to be regulations. They have to be kept to a minimum. Regulations, taxes, they're job killers. It's not the point of this. We can create a lot of jobs, get a lot of people employed, and good paying jobs, not shitty part-time jobs, but real full-fledged, big-time jobs that gives them the kind of wealth to buy things and pump more money into the economy, and so on and so forth. But, the prohibition people, they don't want that. They want to keep things the way they are. A lot of people on our side of things wants, we got to give tons and tons of tax money. Well, there'll be tax money if that's your thing, but that's not what we need to be looking at. We're looking at it bringing this industry, this already existing cannabis industry, into the legal market, into the free market, as much as it exists in the United States at this point, and go from there. We've tried their way, prohibition. We'll try our way, legalization. We'll see who turns out better. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening. Make sure you share and subscribe and turn on notifications and like and all that stuff for these videos. Go to the Weed News page on sternjesus.net where all the videos are for Weed News. Spread the word about cannabis, the truth about cannabis. That's what we're trying to do here. Thanks everybody. Go check out the Stern Jesus Show on sternjesus.net. And as always, peace bitches.